Hello, today in this video I will show you how to generate reports in the system. The database filled with information contains data on the scope and timing of work, subcontractors and costs. In order to view and analyze this data as well as generate reports, go to the site Office, Planning tab and select the required schedule. Now we will work in the window Work Breakdown Structure. The work structure is hierarchical, and in order to view the entire list, click on the button Expand All, and you can see all the list, and to collapse it, click on the button Collapse All. The Show Planning Scheme Structure icon allows to expand the structure to the lower level, I mean to the assignments. Here you can see that the table includes quite many information columns, and the set of columns can be configured for your convenience. So, using the table template, you can create and save your own templates. I mean that you can select the columns that you are needed for a particular report. And for example, cost columns are required for the construction budget report. And now we will create together this template. So we go to the templates management. Here we create a new template, call it construction budget. If you want this template to be visible only to the person who created it, check private column. On the right, you can check all the required columns for your report. To do it, it would be better to uncheck all first and select what you need. Here we have already selected serial number, code, name, and all the required prices: preliminary price, contract price, project price, price of accepted works, and price of performed works. Now we close it. Next, we select construction budget template, and here you can see all the required information about prices. Construction budget allows you to see the following costs. Preliminary one, it is according to the directory of unit rates, the stage when there is no any estimates, and any concluded contracts. Now you can see the contract cost. Next, it is the project cost column, which allows you to estimate the construction budget at the stage when the detailed design documentation has been already developed and all estimates are available. The price of accepted works is formed on the basis of the data agreed upon actually performed work, and the price of performed works, it is formed on the basis of the data of actually performed work. Next, you have to export it to Excel, clicking on the button Export. Regarding the report construction schedule, we can create it by analogy with the report on the construction budget. We can set up a template for this report by selecting the required columns and export it in Excel. So we are moving on, and now we will talk about the reports on subcontractors. To generate this report, use the Filter by Subcontractors button, select the required subcontractor, let it be Streck Complete company, check it, and the list of works that remain on the screen includes the entire range of works for the selected subcontractor. The information is taken from 3D model, supplemented with the activities that cannot be modeled, for example, pipeline testing, painting, and so on. So you can see the completed list of works performed by the selected subcontractor. Concerning the report for a specific period of time, you should use the button Periods filter, which allows you to display information for a certain period of time. You should determine the key dates according to the schedule by checking by installation dates. And you can enter the dates manually or using the slider. Now we will talk about the schedule progress report, which is available in button Excel. Here you can select schedule progress report. This type of report allows you to display and analyze data on the cost and scope of work as of the reporting date. For convenience, you select the date, for example, click OK. For convenience, you can select the data representation here by schedule, by project, by contracts and subcontractors, by disciplines, by work types, and plan actual data. Here you also can use the form of report volumes comparison. This type of report allows you to compare and verify the correctness of the volumes generated in the project, obtain both from the model and enter it manually, the volumes specified in the contract prices, and the volumes from the detailed design documentation specifications. If any nonconformity is found, it is required to adjust the volumes in the corresponding source and upload new data to the system. The next one, template of plan assignments list. This type of report displays information on the work of subcontractors for the actual date, the time frames in the real-time plane, the total volume and the balance as of the date of the report generation are displayed. Next, it is sheet of volumes of the work. It gives an idea of the scope of work and materials in the project. And monthly daily report. To generate this report, use the filter by periods and select the required period by controlling the slider or specifying the start and end dates of the period. And this report allows you to analyze the planned and actual construction progress. The report can be generated either with saving to the archive of the subcontractor or not. Now I will tell you a little bit about the project structure window. You can also generate reports from this window and export them to Excel. The list of available reports is the same as in the work breakdown structure. Here you can also create table templates. For example, you need to see information about subcontractors and check if all the works have already assigned to these subcontractors. You use the Table Template button, select Templates Management function, and create here the new template. We will create a template subcontract. We have to check it, and in this column we will select the required columns for our table. So we select serial number, code, name, and subcontractor. Next we click Close. Here we need to select subcontractors. And now you can see all the information about subcontractors. But our task was to create a report concerning the assignments that haven't been assigned to the subcontractors yet. So we go to the button Filter by Contractors and check No Contractor and confirm it. So we can receive the required report in this form. Next, we will go to the tab Analytical Reports, and first we will review archive tab. In general, the reports that you create in Excel can be saved in your computer and transferred to the reports archive. For organized storage of reports, you need to create an archive structure here in the left part of this window. For example, now we will organize the structure, our own structure. In the upper level, it will be mainly daily schedules, and at the lower levels, we will add some subcontractors. Now we are here in this line. We call the context menu and create the required folder monthly daily schedule. Confirm with OK. Staying on the line monthly daily schedule, we create the required subcontractors. You can see these subcontractors, and now we need to attach the required report for the appropriate subcontractor. We select this subcontractor, and in the left part of the window we call the context menu, user add item. In the period window we need to fix the period time. For us it will be August. We specify the name of this report. It will be a monthly daily report August. And in the line file, we select the required document and attach it, then confirm. Now you can see that the required report is in our system. If you need to delete a report or edit data, use Edit or Delete buttons in the context menu, respectively. So, now we will go to the next tab of Analytical Reports part. It is Forms. Some analytical reports are available on this tab, and here you can find the reports on, for example, on amounts of materials, and it displays information about the main materials used in our work and their quantity. The next one, it is a report on amounts of works, and it contains information about the planned and actual volumes of work and the percentage of completion. By default, the report structure displays the structure of the project, but you can sort also by disciplines or by work types. The next report is the report on amounts of finance. Based on this report, you can analyze the cost of the project. You can find here a planned cost of work, the cost of actually performed work, and the final cost. The next report, our system offers the report on the completed volumes by work types for the period. Here you can specify the time period, frequency, and after that click OK, and the report will be generated. The next report, it is a cost changes chart, planned actual. Here in this window you should select the required discipline. Next, specify the required parameters, show points, show values, or show vertical line, and check it. When you hover the line of the points in the upper right corner, you can see the plan actual values for the selected date. If you want to see the summary view, then you should use the button Show Sum. And to see the work in this diagram, the diagram shows how evenly or unevenly resources are being developed. Compare it to planned indicators. Large steps or dips indicates that the progress of work are uneven, and the more careful planning is required on the site. Otherwise, at some point, workers and equipment will be idle, or vice versa. The site will be overcrowded with workers, materials, and equipment, and will interfere with normal progress of work. But being ahead of schedule is just as bad as falling behind. And the last tab in this analytical reports part, it is the construction history. We are in construction history tab. To analyze data on materials, it is convenient to use the report constructor on construction history tab. To do it, we need to select the required discipline or work. Let's select preparation work. And here we should to call the report constructor. And here you can see that we can add or delete the required columns in our table for our report, and set up all the required parameters for our table. And when it is ready, you can export it to Excel. Now we will talk about the contract value report, and you can analyze the contracted value in the contracts tab. It is here in directories, contracts. And at the top, you can see all information about it. It is cost, it is paid amount, and the reminder. You can also generate a report from this information and export it into Excel. The system makes it possible to generate contract price sheets from the database and save it in Excel. And you can select the required contract, select the additional agreement, if any, and click Export. You can save this file to your computer and use it in your other projects. It is all for today. Thank you for your attention. Have a good day.